Hello and welcome back to another review. Today we're looking at Deluxe class generations Cybertronian Megatron from the mid to early 2010s. This is not the newest Studio Series version, which I don't own, but also I think it's just vastly inferior, despite being bigger than this version, just from product photos and whatnot. No, less of that, more of this. I think he's, for the time, a very good, and actually still now, a very good version of the War for Cybertron game, Megatron. Now, this figure has lovely reds that just pop, some purple running through it. We've got some painted silver on the knees. I just think it's a really nice figure. Look at the back, literally no backpack. Yeah, we've got these two holes, that's a transformation, no backpack. Some lovely moulded detail, that lovely moulded Decepticon symbol right there. It's beautiful. Honestly, a really good figure. We'll get his cannon, which I think is appropriately sized. I think all Megatron's cannons should be like big like that. It just works. Now this was back at a time where they had spring-loaded features, so we've just going to stand without taking it off. I'm not pretty sure I file it. The weapon. Going to stand here. Press down this button here. It's very anticlimactic. I said if we press down this button here, there we are. It fires out the missile, which I think is a fun play feature. So, fetching a little bit closer. I love this head sculpt. I think it's just essentially perfect for that aligned continuity. War for Cybertron Megatron head sculpt. Decepticon symbol here. More some purple detailing. The reds help break up the grey, so it's not a whole sea of grey. Yeah, I just think he is a really nice figure. A bit more purple running through the shins. And yeah. Into articulation, he has 360 degrees at the shoulder, and this shoulder can only kick out that much. That shoulder can only kick out that much, so not much. The arms can go up, can bend in quite far, mainly due to transformation, but still nice. And there is a rotation, so you can put him as a dilly in confinement poses like that. This copy has a very loose left arm, so beware for that. There is no waist rotation, which wasn't really common back then. Legs can kick out that far. You do get a rotation, and you will get a very deep knee bend due to transformation. There is, weirdly enough, ankle rotation, so help him pose a little bit better due to transformation. The foot can go back, forward, but can also go back a little. So above average in some places, below average in others compared to modern day figures. But yeah, for comparison, just moving slightly back, be fetching the Studio Series Optimus Voyager class Optimus Prime. You can see he's not too far off him. I think the only problem between the two is that they might look good together. It's just Megatron looks a bit, I guess, thinner and spindly compared to this obvious beefcake of a figure. But height-wise, they're not too far off. So in a display setting, if you don't really like the Studio Series one, the Generations one does kind of work. And if we were to fetch in a modern day Deluxe, we can see how much shorter he is than the average Deluxe nowadays. So yeah, I think he will scale mostly with your modern day figures being a quite old figure. But let's get into transformation. So the first thing we'll do, take the gun off. The gun sits on like these square slots like that on firearms. First what I want to do is pull back the backside here, like so. Then I'll come to the front, pull the front away, forward down the head, like that. Now the arms, they will split open like that. And then you want to fold the fingers in like that. You want to do that on both sides. So again, split the arms, fold the fingers in like that. And then they want to be flipped forward and then out like that on that armature. On that armature there. So on this side, flip it out, and that should hold the loose joint in place from really falling back. And down the bottom, fold the feet up like that. So all you want to do first now is to pull this in, make sure that's out of the way, so it kind of sits where it should. Same here, push this in so it kind of sits about there. Then you'll take this, fold it up, that, shift it that way, or kinda, you can orientate it right, just sit into place, like that. And that is the front of his tank. What I'm going to do next is fold the legs over like that, which can be a bit finicky. So my copy, these knee joints are very tight. And then at the bottom of the foot there is a peg that can go into a port, into a screw hole port on there, on either side. But once that's in, you want to fold that back as much as possible, and then fold in the kind of like parts of the heel. Fetch this down. There's this smaller square slot can go on this tab like that. As Megatron in tank mode, and I think it is a nice little tank mode indeed. Arms become the treads, so I'll get this molded in detail from the inside of the treads here, all the way the outside. Come to the back, no real kibble. I think it I think, supposed to look as it should. Sides and then at the front, we don't have the visible head syndrome. Come to the bottom, we do, but there's no visible head syndrome. And yeah, I think he's a nice little tank mode there. For comparison, if we fetch in another Cybertronian tank mode of the Voyager class scale, which really that is just Shockwave laying down, but that is Bumblebee movie Shockwave. We can see the difference. This is a lot bigger than that, but if we fetch in a Deluxe class figure, it's still bigger than Kingdom Slammer here. So by modern standards, Megatron here is somewhat bigger than your modern Deluxe, but still smaller than your modern Voyager. Well, overall, I think it's a quite nice little fella, especially from when it was made. It still holds up today. So thank you for watching.